It was a short day for me today, but I love this sort of structure. For somebody like me that doesn't have the patience to play 3 or 4 days of poker, being able to win the sort of equivalent to first or second in the World Series of Poker main event in 24 hours or less is a pretty exciting challenge. Didn't play too well today. Thought my run of form from a high roller tournament at the APT might continue, but unfortunately not. This tournament's been put together by Neptune, or predominantly Neptune, and the Poker King Club. Neptune and Poker King work closely on a lot of things, and Poker Ace have also helped organise a lot of the players, or the high stakes players. But it's predominantly Neptune, and we have to thank them for what they've done. And the only good highlight of my day is I did win a bet with a friend of mine in the poker industry who said we'd never get more than 50 players to this being such a disorganised rabble as we were, but we managed to do it. So between everybody pulling together, Neptune, Poker Ace, Poker King and the APT, we managed to get 70 odd players here. So we're very happy with the result, and Star World here have done put on a great venue for us. It looks fantastic and the final table looks great. So I think also the Chinese players are really enjoying that. They're part of a spectacle. It's the biggest, I think, prize pool outside the World Series ever in poker. So for that to happen in Macau here at Star World's great for all of us working in the poker industry in Asia. I think you'll definitely see a series a bit more planned, a bit more organised of high roller events with Poker Ace, Poker King and others involved. There's definitely a demand for it in Asia. There's sort of the typical baccarat player. It's a 20 to 1 chance if you win this tournament. They like the odds, and I think you're going to continue to see this sort of tournament at the $1 million to $2 million Hong Kong dollar level. I don't think it'll all be 2 million. I think some will be a bit smaller, and the players have got a bug for it. You know, we've seen a couple of the players, well, quite more than a couple. I think 5 to 10 that played in Manila that hadn't played a poker tournament before are here again playing today, and it's spreading amongst their friends, and I think that's fantastic. And it's a lot of fun. It is a quick, fast event, and there's a lot more noise than you'd see at a high stakes tournament in Europe or the States, that's for sure. In a field like this where it's very mixed, we've got a sort of mix of the world's top professionals and sort of complete beginners to the game. I think if you had it any slower, they would not turn up in the numbers they did, and I think they've really enjoyed it as well. And there's a good contingent of them still left, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. As somebody that works in the gaming industry, you don't see me in the pits too often unless I'm drunk in Vegas or something like that. But it's Asian players like to be able to win, and poker is one of the few gambling games where if you're good at it, you can actually win. You can actually beat other players, as opposed to, statistically you're always going to lose against the house. Gambling in Asia is very much more a fight. That's sort of a fight against the casino. So I think they do like it, and the odds of winning in a poker game if you get reasonably good, and some of the Asian players have become very good. Are going to be better than playing baccarat all day long against the casino. I probably shouldn't be saying that with Star World here, but I think it's a mix of everything. I think the casinos are beginning to realise that having a mix of poker attracts a certain number of players, and this event has to be one of the best examples of that. You've got a lot of the baccarat high rollers here mixed with poker high rollers, and a lot of them like to play in the pits too. 3 of the largest Asian online gaming groups got together to try and develop a poker platform particularly for Asian play in Asia, with it geared towards Asian players. Most obviously having tournaments that suit players in our part of the world, as opposed to having to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning to play in a tournament. So it's still pretty primitive. I won't claim it's as good as some of the other poker clients out there, but it's going to get there pretty quickly. And it's been designed specifically for Asian players and in their time zone and their cultures and what they're used to and their colour scheme. And the guys that are working at Poker Ace are working very hard to bring it up to speed. It'll take a bit of time, but it's supported by 3 very large operators, and poker's all about liquidity. It's all about number of players. But it's we have tables, very small tables to very large tables, and we're looking forward to putting the big cash game online. I think that'll be a very, very interesting challenge for our tech guys, having a lot of people online watching that game. But it'll be, I'm pretty sure, the biggest ever online poker game. You'll see more $1 million pots, I think, in one session than you've seen in the whole history of online poker. So we're looking forward to putting that on. Most of the online sites in Asia have developed, the Asian equivalent of poker strategy. There's education sites. They're working with the top pros to teach. They'll run competitions, and then the players will come to Macau. They'll be taught by some of the top pros in the world. And Poker Ace have got some, some of the most notable players from the West, the likes of Joe Hasham, and then they've got the Nam Lees, JC Trans of this world. And these guys are educating the winners of competitions, holding classes for some of the high rollers. So that's definitely happening. where television, poker has always grown where poker on television is prevalent. In Asia, that's not so common because gambling is not allowed to be shown on many channels in Asia. But because internet streaming of anything in Asia is becoming more and more prevalent, we're able to get the sort of content out over the internet now in Chinese and other languages, and people are picking up on it. It's getting watched more and more, which is good for the game. And I know there's been full poker tournaments in China, different structure obviously. There's no gambling permitted in China, so they're more invitational events, but they've proven to be very popular.